Good morning, and welcome to the 6th Annual 28th Senate District High School Quiz Bowl, sponsored by Senator Dan DeGros. A quiz bowl, as you may know, consists of two teams in strict competition as they answer toss-up questions and bonus questions within a given time limit. Our teams this morning consist of Drydn and Port Huron Northern. Let's take a moment now to allow the teams to introduce themselves. We'll begin with Drydn. Would you please state your name and the grade that you're in at Drydn?
Rob Weingarth, I'm in grade 10.
Josie Lee, 10th grade.
Jacqueline Judd, 11th grade.
Dan Gill, 9th grade.
And now Port Huron Northern, please.
I'm Mike Duffy, and I'm in 9th grade.
Nirav Modi, 11th grade.
Alicia Amy, 11th grade.
Michael Sparling, and I'm a junior.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Ken Kraft, and I'm the moderator this morning, and joining me we have for our judge Mr. Don Zuloff from Marysville, and as our scorekeeper Mr. Gordon Jameson from the Port Huron Area School District. And unless there are any further questions, I think we're about ready to begin. Teams, are you ready? Okay. We'll start with some toss-up questions and bonus questions. Toss-up for both teams. What two chemical elements comprise the mineral halite? Time. The answer is sodium and chlorine. Toss-up for both teams. After hearing many witnesses about Bugsy Malloy's involvement in illegal gambling, the grand jury decides that the case should go to trial. What is the name for the formal written charge this jury? Yes?
An indictment.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. Nuclear fusion weapons rely on what two rare isotopes of the element hydrogen?
Let's see.
Hydrogen, tritium,
Tritium and
Deuterium.
deuterium, yeah.
Deuterium and
tritium,
that sounds good.
deuterium and tritium.
Yes, that is correct. Toss-up for both teams. You have $6.60 consisting of dimes and quarters only. You have 36 coins. How many quarters do you have? Time. The answer is 20. Toss-up for both teams. What are the two types of nouns found in the sentence below? The Yorktown was an enormous aircraft carrier. Time. The answers are proper and common. Toss-up for both teams. Defamatory statements that are made in writing are classified as libel. Defamatory statements that are spoken are called, yes?
Slander.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. What two words describe that which is very low in the vortex of a cyclonic spiral?
Very low. It sounds like cyclonic spirals, like the eye of a hurricane.
So what is that?
Time, Captain?
The eye.
No, I'm sorry. It is the air or the atmospheric pressure, which is very low. Toss-up for both teams. To combat chimeras or to face imaginary adversaries may be described by what illusion found in Don Quixote? Yes?
Fighting windmills.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. The Constitution authorizes Congress to make war and to issue certain kinds of letters allowing a private citizen to seize goods or citizens of another nation. These are called letters of?
Mark and appraisal.
Letters of mark and appraisal.
That is correct. Toss-up for both teams. The following sentence illustrates a needless shift in what? She walked up to the counter and attempts to get a refund. Yes?
Tense.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. Charges made by what Republican senator from Wisconsin were investigated by the Tidings Committee in 1950?
Tidings. Sounds logical. Sounds logical.
Captain?
Nixon.
No, I'm sorry, it is McCarthy. Toss-up for both teams. Identify these words beginning with the letters G-A-U. The first, to measure. Yes?
Gauge.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. Now, a loosely woven cotton surgical dressing.
Gauze.
That's correct. Toss-up for both teams. Again, beginning with the letters G-A-U. Excessively thin, usually from suffering. Yes?
Gaunt.
Gaunt is correct. Bonus for the green team. A heavy, thick clay soil.
All I can think of is like humus or something. You have an answer.
Time, Captain.
We don't have an answer.
Okay, the answer is Gault, G-A-U-L-T. Toss-up for both teams. What concept created by Joseph Heller describes this circumstance? If you don't know how a word is spelled, you can look it up in a dictionary, but to look it up in a dictionary, you must know how it is spelled. Time. The answer is a catch-22. Toss-up for both teams. What geologic era was in full swing 22 times 10 to the 6th power years ago? Yes.
The Mesozoic.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Time. The answer is the Cenozoic. Toss-up for both teams. None of these actually have any effect, but many people have used hard-boiled eggs or peppers or rhinoceros horns to stimulate the passions of loved ones. When used as such, these dietary supplements have been known in folklore as... Yes?
The love potion.
Will you accept that? No. Okay, that's an incorrect answer. Time. The answer we're looking for is aphrodisiacs, the official term. Toss up for both teams. What major branch of physics deals with the behavior of material bodies under the influence of forces? Time. The answer is mechanics. Toss up for both teams. Who wrote in 1836, "To the people of Texas and all Americans in the world, I am determined to sustain myself as long as possible and die like a soldier who never forgets what is due to his country, victory or death"? Yes?
Jackson?
No, I'm sorry? Time. The answer is William Travis. Toss up for both teams. North Vietnam denied to captured U.S. servicemen many humane conditions required by the Geneva Convention. They justified their actions by saying the captives were not prisoners of war. Instead, they were called what? Time. They were called war criminals. Toss up for both teams. What literary device is used below? Fishing was so good yesterday that all we had to do was stand on the shore and make a sound like a salmon egg, and hundreds of fish would leap.
Hyperbole.
That is correct. Bonus for green. Ivan IV had himself crowned in 1547 not as a prince, but as a Tsar. The word Tsar was a translation of the name of what former ruler of Rome?
Caesar.
Julius Caesar.
Will you accept that? As Julius Caesar? Yes. The answer is just Caesar. Toss up for both teams. Half Dome is a world-famous mountain in Yosemite Valley. What caused one face of this mountain to be flat and nearly vertical? Yes.
An earthquake.
No, I'm sorry. Yes?
A geyser?
No, I'm sorry, it is a glacier. Toss up for both teams. Name the only American state that is contiguous with both the Great Lakes and the Atlantic Ocean. Yes.
New York?
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. The Ayatollah Khomeini claims that his inspirations regarding the governance of Iran come from a divine source. This is descriptive of what form of government?
Theocracy.
Theocracy.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams. Name the two-handled storage jar of painted pottery used by the ancient Greeks to hold provisions such as oil or wine. Time. The answer is amphora. Toss up for both teams. Gautama was the Buddha's family name. What was the given name of the Buddha? Time. The answer is Siddhartha. Toss up for both teams. Some taxonomic classification schemes recognize not only the Plantae and the Animalia, but also two other basic kingdoms. Name both of them. Yes?
Protista and Monera.
That is correct. Toss our bonus for the green team. Both Rossini and Paisiello wrote operas in which a central character was named Figaro. What was his occupation?
Barber.
A barber.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams. One of the two accepted plurals for the word apparatus is apparatuses. What is the other plural? Yes?
Apparati.
No, I'm sorry? Yes?
Apparatuses.
No, I'm sorry. That's the one that was given. It is apparatus, same as the singular. Toss up for both teams. As a Roman numeral, express the year that the Norman conquest began. Yes?
M L X VI.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. You have an alphabetical list of all the U.S. states that border on the Pacific Ocean. What state comes last on this list?
Washington.
Washington.
That's correct. Toss up for both teams. He is buried next to Beethoven in Vienna. He wrote 9 symphonies, of which number 8, or the Unfinished Symphony, is one of the most remarkable. Name this Austrian composer. Yes?
Mozart.
No, I'm sorry. Yes?
Heindel.
No, I'm sorry. It is Franz Schubert. Toss up for both teams. Franklin Roosevelt did fish a while before being secretly transferred to the cruiser Augusta and heading for Placentia Bay. There he met with what men who had come aboard the Prince of Wales? Yes?
Winston Churchill.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. The United States shipped Britain 150,000 to help fight the Boer War. The Allies used 350,000 in World War I. The World War II Allies used them in the rugged terrain of Burma. Several of them were flown to Afghanistan to oppose the Soviets. It's been said that America has never lost a war where it was used on them. Identify these animals that are the offspring of male donkeys and female horses.
Mule.
Mule.
That is correct. What a long question, eh? Toss up for both teams. What beautiful metamorphic rock is formed when granular limestone or dolomite rocks crystallize twice under the influence of heat, pressure, liquids, and chemical action? Yes?
Diamond.
No, I'm sorry? Yes?
Granite.
No, I'm sorry, it's marble. Toss up for both teams. What is the more common name for the Servicemen's Readjustment Act signed by Franklin Roosevelt? Time. It is the GI Bill. Toss up for both teams. What 2 books in the Bible begin with the letter D? Time. They are Deuteronomy and Daniel. Toss up for both teams. Recite the most familiar quotation of Sigmund Freud. Time. The answer is all men are great in their dreams. Toss up for both teams. What ancient nation did Queen Nefertiti rule? Yes?
Egypt.
That's correct. Bonus for green. What term is given to the type of coordinate system in which a point is located by giving its distance from a fixed point on a line and its angle from this line?
Graphing.
Captain, I need your answer.
Vector.
No, I'm sorry. It is a polar coordinates. Toss up for both teams. Define the word marauder. Yes?
Someone who acts like something he is not.
No, that's incorrect. Yes?
One who goes around raiding and looting.
Yes, that is correct. One who plunders or makes raids for booty or loot. Bonus for the blue team. What simple machine is nothing more than an inclined plane wound about a cylinder?
Screw.
You don't need to buzz in, Captain. Yes, that's right. Toss up for both teams. This New Mexico Mesa was the site of nothing more interesting than a boys' school until 1942. Then the federal government took over and it became the workshop of the builders of the first atomic bomb. Name this place. Time. The answer is Los Alamos. Toss up for both teams. How many times in an inning can a baseball manager visit a pitcher without replacing him? Yes.
Once.
That's correct. Bonus for green. 2 trains 160 miles apart start at the same time and meet in 2½ hours. Find their speeds if one runs 8 miles an hour faster than the other.
Without a pencil. 68 miles an hour more than 90 and
Time. Captain?
90 and 86.
No, I'm sorry, they are 28 and 36. Toss up for both teams. The instant at which the sun crosses the celestial meridian of a given point on the Earth is called solar... What? Yes?
Solstice.
No, I'm sorry? Time. The answer is solar noon. Toss up for both teams. Queen Dido went to North Africa where she was offered as much land as she could surround with the hide of a bull. She cut the hide into a very long, narrow strip and laid it out in a circle. Therewith she established the city of what? Time. The answer is the city of Carthage. Toss up for both teams. Diseases such as tetanus and typhus are caused by bacteria. What causes all of these diseases? Measles, rabies, chickenpox, influenza, smallpox, and poliomyelitis.
Virus.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. What is the name for the action of a legislature in annulling an earlier act or law?
Repeal.
Repeal.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams. William I was King of Prussia. In 1871, he was proclaimed Emperor of Germany in the Hall of Mirrors in what palace? Yes?
Versailles.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. The Euphrates River begins in Turkey and then flows through what two nations on its way to the Persian Gulf?
Iran and Iraq.
Iran and Iraq.
No, I'm sorry. The answer is Syria and Iraq. Toss up for both teams. It is 2 a.m. at Greenwich, England. What time is it at a longitude of 46 degrees east? Yes?
11 p.m.
No, I'm sorry. Time. It's the other way. 5 a.m. Toss up for both teams. Sometimes the bowel pushes through a weak spot in the muscle wall. Such a condition is called a, yes?
Hernia.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. What are the two agents of erosion that cause the erosion of rocks and boulders into ventifacts?
Wind and sand.
Wind and sand.
We didn't say, yeah.
Wind and sand.
That's correct. Toss up for both teams. He is famous for writing Centuries in 1555. This book was, I believe that's it. We have what, 2 minutes? We're about ready to resume with the second half of our competition, but as is often the case during the halftime, sometimes players are substituted by other team members, and so we'd like to give those members an opportunity to introduce themselves. On the Drydn team, would you please raise your hand and motion who you are and introduce yourself, please?
I'm Brendan Bowman, and I'm in 9th grade.
Okay,
My name is Steve Hall, and I'm in 10th grade.
okay, and on the Northern team.
I'm Chris Beck, and I'm in 10th grade.
Okay, and now as these contestants are ready to face the grueling questions, we'll begin with round 2. Let's test the buzzers first to make sure that they're still working. Top row, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And go ahead. Okay. I think they're working anyway. Okay, we'll go ahead and begin if you're ready. Toss-up question for both teams. He is famous for writing Centuries in 1555. This book was condemned by the papacy in 1781. Name this French astrologer and mystic. Yes.
Nostradamus?
That is correct. Bonus for green. She was rescued from her chains on a rock near Joppa by Perseus, who killed her former betrothed named Phineas. She was placed among the stars upon her death. Name her.
W.
Andromeda.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams. A lobby organization that presently represents gun owners has the same initials as a New Deal agency. Yes.
NRA.
That is correct. Bonus question for the green team.
I didn't know what the question was.
Orville Wainwright held a copyright on his book, How to Fix Things That Ain't Broke, but that copyright expired last year, and now his book is said to be in what?
Public domain. Public domain.
Public.
Public domain.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams. An executive has been given the power and authority to do anything he wants to get his company into the black. What two French words, literally meaning a blank card, describe what this executive has received? Yes?
Carte blanche.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. Consider a line upon which there are 2 points. How many points are there at a given distance from the line that are also at the same distance from both of the points on the line?
1.
1.
I'm sorry, the answer is 2. Toss up for both teams.
either side.
The largest work of graphic art in the world lies on the desert landscape among the valleys of several rivers that flow from the Andes to the Pacific Ocean. The region is called the Plains of... Time. The Plains of Nazca. Toss up for both teams. This empire ruled the more prosperous and vigorous eastern half of the Mediterranean world. It was regarded as a...
The Byzantine Empire.
Beg pardon?
The Byzantine Empire.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. In what case is the first pronoun in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I.
It's proper case.
Proper, whatever. Go for it.
Proper.
No, I'm sorry, it is in the nominative case, the subject. Toss up for both teams. A special table that gives positions of a celestial body at various times is called an... What? Yes?
Zodiacal.
No, I'm sorry? Time, it's called an ephemeris. Toss up for both teams. What is the cofunction of a complementary angle whose sine is 30 degrees? Time. The answer is cosine 60 degrees. Toss up for both teams. Fred can pluck a pterodactyl in X hours while his wife Wilma takes twice as long. Together they can do the job in 6 hours. How many hours does it take Fred to do the job alone? Yes?
2.5 hours.
No, I'm sorry? Yes?
2 hours?
No, I'm sorry. The answer is 9 hours. Toss up for both teams. What 5-syllable term meaning a huge excess or an enormous quantity begins with a 2-syllable prefix and rhymes with the word redundance? Yes?
Abundance.
No, I'm sorry? Time. The answer is superabundance or overabundance. Toss up for both teams. Name the African leader who was first to provide sanctuary for the Shah of Iran after the 1979 takeover of the U.S. Embassy. Time. The answer is Anwar Sadat. Toss up for both teams. The Keck, K-E-C-K, the Keck telescope will have a mammoth 400-inch mirror when it is unveiled in 1992. Where will it be located? Yes?
In outer space.
No, I'm sorry? Time, it will be located in Hawaii. Toss up for both teams. A person flying from Milan, Italy to Frankfurt, West Germany would have to fly over what country? Yes?
Switzerland?
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. This is a multiple choice question. In Macbeth, Malcolm was A, the eldest son of King Duncan, B, a groom of the Duke of Cumberland, C, Lord of Northumberland, D, the doctor who attended Lady Macbeth, or E, Banquo's son.
A.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams. Multiple choice again. A synonym of indigenous is A, angry, B, impoverished, C, native, D, insulting. Yes?
Native.
That is correct. The answer is C. Bonus for the green team. It is contiguous to Tanzania and Uganda and Kenya. Name this enormous lake. It's a bonus question, I believe.
Lake Victoria.
Yeah.
Lake Victoria.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams. The following sequence tells us the order of what? Vice President, Speaker of the House, President pro tempore of the Senate, Secretary of State. Yes?
People who would take over should the president and then on down be assassinated.
That's correct. Presidential succession in 2 words. Okay. A bonus for the green team. What is the translation of the abbreviation OP, O-P, found in many musical compositions?
Opus.
Opus. That's correct. Toss up for both teams. What 3-syllable genre describes all of these works? Gil Blas, The Adventures of Peregrine Pickle, The Adventures of Roderick Random, and Moll Flanders. Time. The answer is picaresque. Toss up for both teams. Fortified milk as well as liver and sunlight are important sources of A vitamin needed to prevent rickets and to enable bone mineralization. Name that vitamin. Yes?
D.
That's correct. Bonus for the green team. Assurbanipal was the ruler of what ancient civilization?
Persia.
Persia. Yeah. Persia.
Babylon. Persia.
Persia.
No, I'm sorry. The answer is Assyria. Toss up for both teams. As what part of speech is the first word used in the sentences below? O brown halo in the sky near the moon. O troubled reflections in the sea. O throat, O throbbing throat. Yes?
Interjection.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. What is the value of Z if Z plus 40% of Z equals 56?
No answer.
Say 7.
Time. Captain?
7.
No, I'm sorry. It is 40. Toss up for both teams. For 10 years, he held the Senate Majority Leader position, but he announced in 1988 that he planned to step down. Name him. Yes?
Dole.
No, I'm sorry. That's incorrect. Yes?
Niece.
No, I'm sorry. It is Robert Byrd. Toss up for both teams. It is a novel about adulterous love in which Anna falls in love with Alexei Vronsky, for whom she abandons her husband and child. In the end, she kills herself by leaping under a train. Name this novel by Tolstoy. Time. The answer is Anna Karenina. Toss up for both teams. Name the continent with the lowest population density. Yes?
Antarctica.
That is correct. Bonus for the green. A radian subtends a portion of the circumference of a circle equal in length to the circle's what?
Testicles, radius, I think.
Radiant.
Radius.
Whatever.
Radius.
That's correct. Toss up for both teams. In what novel do we find this quote? Barley corn, engine meal shorts, spunk water, swallow these warts. Yep.
Mark Twain.
No, I'm sorry. Time. He wrote it, but it was Tom Sawyer. Toss up for both teams. Which of the three main parts of a neuron receives a stimulus? Yes?
The axon.
No, I'm sorry. Time. The answer is dendrites. Toss up for both teams. Empiricism is a philosophy that maintains that all knowledge is necessarily derived from experience and the utilization of the five
Senses.
That is correct. Bonus for green. What term refers to the art of shaping and firing clay?
Pottery.
Pottery.
No, I'm sorry. That was a bonus question, wasn't it? Okay, I'm sorry. The answer is ceramics. I'd have to go with ceramics. Toss up for both teams. What type of matter is described below? Expands upon heating, fills any container, does not settle. Yes.
Gas.
That's correct. Bonus for the green. Certain solids, such as iron, are classified as ferromagnetic because they are strongly attracted to magnets. Other substances, such as copper, are weakly attracted to magnets. These are classified as what?
Non-magnetic.
Anti-magnetic. Non-ferrous. Because they wouldn't be ironish.
Time. Captain.
Non-ferrous.
Beg pardon?
Non-ferrous.
No, I'm sorry. The answer is paramagnetic. Toss up for both teams. What is the three-syllable name for the permanently frozen water in the soil of subarctic and Arctic regions? Yes?
Permafrost.
That is correct. Bonus for the green team. Which of these historic provinces of France was located farthest to the northwest? This is a multiple choice. Is it Burgundy, Gascony, Lorraine, Normandy, or Alsace?
Normandy.
I'd say Normandy.
Normandy. Normandy.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams, also a multiple choice. Who among the following would be regarded as a Florentine artist? John James Audubon, Hieronymus Bosch, Sandro Botticelli, Salvador Dali, or Thomas Chippendale?
Chippendale.
No, I'm sorry. Yes?
Audubon.
No, I'm sorry. It is Sandro Botticelli. Toss up for both teams. Angel Falls is the highest major waterfall in the world. It is located...
Venezuela.
That's correct. Bonus for blue. What science fiction work contains all of these? The Gom Jabbar, Ornithopters, The Shield Wall, and Lasguns.
Dune.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams. Multiple choice. Which is the appropriate preposition in the phrase below? Faint, blank, hunger. Is it with, from, through, before, or over? Yes? That is correct. It is from. Bonus for the blue team. What is the value of negative 2 to the fourth power?
16.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams. What kind of creature was Gort in The Day the Earth Stood Still? Yes?
A troll.
No, I'm sorry? Time. The answer is a robot. It's a classic science fiction movie. Toss up for both teams. The surface area of a root is greatly increased by the growth of very tiny projections on the roots called what? Yes?
Cilia.
No, I'm sorry? Time. The answer is root hairs. Toss up for both teams. All of the property left by a deceased person is collectively known as his what?
Estate.
That's correct. Bonus for green. On its daylight side, the temperature can become hot enough to melt lead and zinc. On the night side, with no atmosphere, the temperature can become cold enough to freeze carbon dioxide.
Mercury?
It's, I didn't acknowledge you. It is, I believe,
It's our
a
a
bonus.
bonus question.
Oh, we knew it.
Mercury.
That is correct. And I will give it to you because it was your bonus, okay? And I didn't look at you and say yes, okay? Toss up for both teams. What name is given to a race in which all the horses are previous non-winners? Time. No, I'm sorry, time is called. It is a maiden race. Maiden race. Toss up for both teams. What name is shared by different men in the New Testament who were the son of Zebedee, the son of Alphaeus, the son of Clopas, the brother of Jesus, and the author, yes?
John.
No, I'm sorry, and the author of the general letter?
James.
That is correct. Bonus for blue. What tennis term is said to come from the French word for egg? Yes?
Love.
That is correct, from l'œuf. Bonus for the blue team. Where was the Battle of the Nations fought in October? No, that was a toss-up. No, that was the bonus. You're right. Excuse me. Thank you. That was the bonus. Yes, thank you. Toss-up for both teams. Where was the Battle of the Nations fought in October 1813, in which the armies of Austria, Prussia, and Russia defeated Napoleon?
Waterloo?
Yes. No, I'm sorry. Yes?
Leningrad?
Beg pardon?
Leningrad?
No, I'm sorry. It is Leipzig. Toss up for both teams. The equation of an ellipse is x squared over 169 plus y squared over 25 equals 1. What is the length of the semiminor axis? Time. The answer is 5. Toss up for both teams. Before translating The 1001 Arabian Nights, Sir Richard Burton donned a disguise and became the first Englishman to explore what holiest city of Saudi Arabia? Yes?
Mecca.
That is correct. Bonus for the green. We'll be very sad if you can't correctly spell the word poignant.
Poignant.
P-O-I-N.
P-O-I-N.
I-E-N-T. P-O-I-N.
P-O-I-N-I-E-N-T.
We're very sad. It is P-O-I-G-N-A-N-T. Toss up for both teams. Chemical elements. Name a radioactive metallic chemical that is man-made, has an atomic number of 99, is named after a man who worked as an inspector in the Swiss Patent Office. Yes?
Einsteinium.
That is correct. And a bonus, they get their bonus, don't they? Okay, bonus question. During what decade were these songs particularly popular? Yes, we have no bananas. Barney Google with his goo-goo googly eyes.
60s.
No, I'm sorry, it wasn't your decade, was it? It wasn't mine either. It was the 20s. The 20s. Thank you very much.